Friends, now we are going to the topic of embryonic development and the types of embryonic development. There are three types of embryonic development dependent on where they takes place. One is oviparous, viviparous and ovoviviparous. Coming to oviparous animals. These animals hatch from an egg which the mother lays in the environment. The embryo feeds on the nutritive stores contained in the yolk of the egg. Once it has developed, it hatches, which is when the individual breaks the shell and emerges from the egg. There are two types of eggs. Eggs without shell, so these are formed in aquatic animals and must be laid in the wet environment or they will be dry up. Eggs with a shell, they laid on the land so they do not dry up. So for example, toads are oviparous. They lay their eggs in the water as their shells do not have the shells, as the eggs do not have the shells and would dry up on the land. Because of that reason only, always the toad will lay the eggs in the water. First, we are going to see the structure of the egg. So this is the part of the embryo inside the egg, and this will show us the amnion. This forms the amniotic sac which holds the amniotic fluid where the embryo is floating. Next, vitelline membrane. This membrane encloses the yolk which the embryo will feed on. Next, this would be the outer harder shell, keeps the embryo from drying out but allows the oxygen and CO2 to pass through. If you observe the periphery of the eggs, you will find a small hole-like structures. Membranes. So these serve as the egg's excretory system, collecting wastes, and the respiratory system, letting the carbon dioxide out and oxygen in. And this yellow part will confine you about the yolk. And next, viviparous. These embryos of these animals develop inside the mother's uterus. The embryo feeds on nutrients that pass from the mother through the placenta. When the new individual has developed, it comes out the mother's body. So this we call it as birth. All mammals, with the exception of monotremes, means example the duck-billed platypus and echidna, which are mammals even though they lay with eggs. So and some sharks are viviparous. So boars are viviparous animals. Next, the embryo in the viviparous animals are, so this would be the embryo, and you will find the amnion from which the amniotic sac which holds the amniotic fluid where the embryo floats. These two things will be very similar to the oviparous also. And next, placenta. So this is the connection between the baby and the mother which extract the nutrients and oxygen from the embryo and from the mother's blood. Umbilical cord. The connection which connects the embryo to the placenta, we call it as umbilical cord. Next, ovoviviparous. This is a special category. So these animals develop inside the egg only, but the mother keeps the egg inside her body until it hatches. The embryo feeds on the food reserves contained in the egg. When the embryo are fully developed, hatching takes place, just as it does in oviparous. The eggs are alive when they come out of the mother. Certain sharks, vipers and some insects are ovoviviparous. So many sharks are ovoviviparous. Thank you very much. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.